Hello everybody, this is your host Taurai Jani, and you're here watching Emancipation with Taurai. And today I have with me in studio Taurai Jani, who is a speaker, author, and an entrepreneur. In today's episode, he will be here with us, sharing with us some things on entrepreneurship and his journey. Taurai, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Stay tuned for the upcoming episode of Entrepreneurship.
I'd like to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Innovator Fragrances. They have lotions, perfumes, and roll-ons. And I've been using some of their roll-ons, and I can tell you that they're the best, and their lotions as well. Very good for the skin, no problems, no added preservatives or anything like that. Natural fine lotions. Thank you to today's sponsor, Innovator Fragrances. Entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship to you?
Entrepreneurship is I can say it's an act of starting an entrepreneur, or starting an enterprise with the aim of making a profit. The one who starts an enterprise is willing to take the risks, to take the challenges until they succeed in whatever product or service you would have chosen to provide in a bid to make a profit.
Okay.
That's entrepreneurship. So meaning to say, entrepreneurship is something that you can just do.
You can just do, okay.
Yeah, it's something that you can just put into practice. It's something. Entrepreneurship is not. It's not a study. It's not a lesson. It's not a subject.
It's a practical thing.
It's a practical thing. It's a practice. It's something that must be put into practice. You learn as you practice. That's entrepreneurship. Until you succeed. That's entrepreneurship.
So entrepreneurship is basically someone taking action towards a certain vision they have. Whether it may be selling a product, giving out or rendering a service, or maybe procuring something, but as long as they're taking action towards whatever opportunity they see
in a bid to make
a profit. Okay. So then, given that, what would you say, what is an entrepreneur? The person, besides the idea of what entrepreneurship is, who is an entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur is a person who is willing to take the risks, the challenges, in pursuing something. In pursuing something that gives him a profit, or that makes him a successful person, that gives him a reward in the end.
Okay.
That's an entrepreneur.
Given the understanding of what entrepreneurship is, right? Why wouldn't something like that be pushed in the educational system? Why isn't entrepreneurship something that is taught from a young age?
I can say our education system, I think I once said it in our previous interview that we had. Our education system is meant to train the mind. Entrepreneurship is not the training of the mind. Entrepreneurship is the application of a desire, the application of a skill in a bid to come up with a requirement. So, for entrepreneurship to be taught in school, yes, it must be taught in school, but in practical subject, just like agriculture. Like a practical subject, because entrepreneurship is not a subject, it's a
practice.
It's a practice. It's a practice. It needs to be practiced. It goes under practical subjects. Entrepreneurship. Yes.
Given what you've said, it's
according to my understanding, I think, because as I am seeing our education system is not something that was put to equip us to be self-reliant. But our education system is something that was put in place so that we can rely on someone else, which is why today we now look for investors. But those investors, we want investors to come in so that we can get employment. But those same investors are just like us. Those same investors are entrepreneurs. They have built their enterprises. So we are now being lured or attracted to their hard work, of which we can, you and me can also be entrepreneurs. We can also be big enterprise. We can also build our enterprises and become big businesses. But because of our education system, to some extent, it limits us. Yes. So, to me, I can't say it's a corrupt system. I can't say it's a system that is killing us. But it's a system that has been put and it has affected the majority of people. Yeah. So people are no longer self-reliant. So they are now relying on someone else, like an investor, an employer. It's because of our education system. But if we were taught entrepreneurship, we were not going to be like that. Those people who we call employers, they are started as entrepreneurs. They took the risks, they took the challenges, they faced all sorts of challenges that came with whatever they are today. Because you have to face those challenges. Success is not money. Success is overcoming or being able, that ability to overcome those challenges. Being able to take the risk and make sure that you succeed. That's being an entrepreneur.
So, given that explanation, what I would like to understand is, if, let's say for example, I come from Africa. Okay, I am from Africa, but here in Africa, right? The moment you want to venture into something of your own, already before you even go into that, there's so many stereotypical noises in your head already, voices. Hey, you can't do this, because if you do this, you might not eat tomorrow. Hey, so and so has tried doing the same thing, it didn't work out. How are you gonna be the difference and make it work out? So before we can even take those steps into going to entrepreneurship, there's already voices in our head pulling us back. Your family members, your parents telling you, no, my son, you can't do this, it's risky, you have a good job, stick to your job, be a good employee, you'll get a raise and all that stuff. When you, in your head, you see the vision, and you entrust it and you know what God has put in your heart, but because of those noises, you sort of relax back and say, you know what, let me rather take a step back and continue with this job that I'm working on, instead of you pushing that vision and goal you want to become. So what do you then say to someone who's like that? You give them the go ahead to say, you know what, don't listen to anyone, go for it, have the tenacity, don't listen to anyone, do as you please in order for you to get to that other side.
Because the number one thing, you know what, if Denzel, you have a vision, the vision is very visible to you. Even if you come to me and tell me, let's do this, I might not condone to that. The reason why I might not condone to that is because I don't know what you are doing. Until Denzel, you are able to put everything on the ground, which is why you see that in most cases, we tell people, you can ask me, let's start this. I can even tell you that I'm not going to help you in that. But after a while, after you have laid your thing, and let's say whatever business you have laid, and it's now standing, it's now operational, I can come to join you. I will ask you to take me in so that I can join you in the same vision that I begged off from. You understand? So you are the person, you are the only one who knows your vision. Never, let me give you this advice, never share your vision with anyone who doesn't know what you want to do. It's you who know your vision. Just write your vision down, pursue your vision. You know what? You don't inspire people by inviting them to join you. You inspire people by doing. After you do something, people will see that Denzel is doing this one. Denzel has done this. Look where Denzel is. They start following you. Even a leader doesn't call people to support you. A leader inspires. he does things. After he does things, people follow him. And people that are following him are the ones who make him a leader. They even tell him that, we want you to be our leaders. Because they have seen what is happening. That is the same with your vision. Don't share your vision with the wrong people. Don't share your vision with anyone. Don't be around negative people. Be around those people who knows how entrepreneurship works. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of entrepreneurs in our neighborhood. There are a lot of entrepreneurs in our country. There are a lot of entrepreneurs in our association. We have to share your idea with those ones. You see those people who say, it doesn't work, it doesn't do this, it doesn't this, it doesn't this. It's not because of the economy, because most people think that people are failing because the economy is failing. No, there are people who are succeeding in the West economies. Mm-hmm. There are billionaires. There are a lot of billionaires in Zimbabwe. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of business people, businessmen in Zimbabwe. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of entrepreneurs in Zimbabwe. Mm-hmm. But how is the economy of Zimbabwe? Mm-hmm. It's not about the economy. Mm-hmm. It is about the mindset that is in possession of whatever idea that needs to be pursued at the given time. So entrepreneurship is not anywhere else, but it's in you. So the moment you let it out before it's practiced, it might die a dream. So you have to be very careful when sharing these things. You have to be very careful when telling people about your ideas or your future plans. So an entrepreneur has to be secret, and you have to be able to discern who to tell your secrets. Your idea is your secret. That is why you see that it's not written. Denzel is a soccer player. It's not written there. But people start calling you a footballer after they visit you playing at the football pitch. That's when they say, Denzel is a soccer player. You understand? But it's not written anyway. They've seen you doing it. It's the skill that you have been able to practice, to take out. It's understood. I think I've answered you.
Yeah, I've answered. So in simple terms, just do not let your vision on deaf ears. Or not rather say deaf ears, but do not tell your vision to someone who doesn't understand. Because if they cannot see it, they won't believe it. So it's pointless.
My advice is that don't let your mouth let out the vision. Let your action tell people your vision. Just put it into practice. People will see what you are doing and they'll come into you.
And with what you said now, it brings to my mind that there's many benefits to entrepreneurship. Because once you've gotten to that desired point in your entrepreneurship journey, you then become more self-sustainable. Yeah. You own your own time. Yeah. You work for no one.
Yes.
You work by your own rules.
Yes.
So
and you put a price tag on yourself.
Put a price tag on yourself. Yes. So given that, what would you say? What are some of the benefits? Like, can you give us examples of some of the benefits that you think come with being an entrepreneur?
If you're an entrepreneur, you have enough time with your family. You have enough time to rest. You have enough time to research. Yeah. Because entrepreneurship needs a lot of research. Yeah. You have enough time to associate. You have enough time to enjoy the food of your choice. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
If you are not an entrepreneur, Denzel, you might not be able to find 30 minutes to feed yourself.
That is true.
Depending on the environment you are working in. Because there are some environments that don't allow you to eat, let's say 2 or 3 times a day. But if you're an entrepreneur, you can eat as you please. If you want to eat 5 times, it's up to you. If you want to eat 10 times, if you want to spend the whole day with your family, simply because you are an entrepreneur, you know what time to do this, what time to do this. everything this time, everything is slotted in, everything is slotted. You know, this time is for this time is for this. But if you are waiting for me, you don't have that. You just have to make sure you bring money for me. That's all. So entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship, it makes you innovative. You will be quick. You will be adventurous. You will be creative. If you are an entrepreneur, those are some of the things that constitutes an entrepreneur, a very successful entrepreneur. If you don't have those qualities, you are still in the middle.
Makes sense. Because if you work for me, I'm not going to give you time to go home. Because that time you're at home, I'm not putting money in my pocket. So, yeah, that is a very, I feel like that is one of the biggest reasons why I would go into entrepreneurship. I don't want to work for anyone. I don't want someone to tell me, well, not to say that I'm arrogant or ignorant, but I'd rather choose to do my things in my own time and my own pace. Because if I'm doing something for someone, I won't get wholehearted. The only reason why I'll do something for someone is because at the end of the month, salary is coming into my pocket.
Which is why in most people's lives, Monday is the most boring day. Because they are going to do what they do not like doing. And they do it every day. And you'll be doing the same thing. You'll be doing the same thing. If you are a welder, today you come, you hold the welding machine, you start welding. At 5, you put it down, you leave, you go home. Tomorrow morning, you continue welding. Where are you going? Where are we going? Nowhere. If I say today, I'm closing my company, what is going to happen? You are going to look for a job and you will be embarrassed and you will be heartbroken. You understand? There's nowhere to start from.
That is true. That is very true.
But if I close my company, I still have somewhere to start. Because I have money. You've worked. You've generated money for me. I've saved my money. I have money in my bank account because I am an entrepreneur. So there are qualities an entrepreneur is expected to have. You have to be innovative. You have to be creative. You have to be a socialite, a person who socializes. You have to know what is happening, who wants what.
Okay. So given the benefits you just listed now, in everything you do, there's always disadvantages. There's always benefits, disadvantages, positive and negative. So what are some of the disadvantages that come with being an entrepreneur? Or rather, what disadvantages come when you're on your journey to becoming a successful entrepreneur? Because once you become an entrepreneur, you won't really say those challenges are really problems, because you've established yourself, and whatever business you're doing, the cash flow is coming in, so those problems won't really do much harm to you than when you're on the journey to entrepreneurship. So what are some of the disadvantages of entrepreneurship?
According to me, my number one problem is the person I trust. If you trust me or I trust you, then I tell you, Denzel, I'm going to pursue this one. Then because of the trust that I have in you, I don't expect anything that is negative to come from you.
That's true.
But if I share anything with you, I'll be expecting something like an advice, a constructive one. But the moment you say something that is negative, I am shattered. That's the greatest problem. That's the greatest problem. I have to trust you, though sometimes you may not be trustworthy. Though I don't have to trust you, but I have to have those people I can confide in. Yeah, I have to have those people I can trust. But if someone I trust says something negative, while I'm expecting something positive from him, it's going to be a problem. That's the biggest problem we face. That's the biggest problem we face. And the other problem is not of people, but the other problem we have is ourselves. We think instead of knowing. Yeah, because in most cases we think we know. We think we know, but we are not yet there. Those are the two problems I can tell you about entrepreneurship.
Okay, so
if you're an entrepreneur, you have to make sure that you know that you have 2 ears and you have 1 mouth. And you have to understand or know why you were given 2 ears and 1 mouth. The reason why we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth is that we have to listen twice as much as we talk. Don't talk too much. Listen when people are talking. Listen when other people are talking. When you are listening, you can derive lessons. Even if someone says something that doesn't make sense, don't hate. Take notes. Learn something from that one. Learn something, because in the future you will need that lesson.
Okay.
So in every facet of life, there are advantages, there are disadvantages. But it depends on who is on the ground. Those advantages and disadvantages, they vary with the mindset, because we don't have the same mindset. There are some people are not even affected by those people they trust. Some people are not even affected by themselves. You understand? I have said those two things because it's me who's saying who's talking. But if you take someone to tell you to answer that same question you ask, they will tell you different things. That's how people are. It's because of our different mindsets. It's because of the setup of our mindsets. So the setup of the mindset is not the same as my mindset.
So, giving reference, this question comes from the reference of what you just said right now, right? Why then, if it's a thing of mindset, right? And it's easy to just say, hey, let's do it, because you see many people say, no, we can do it, let's go, let's do this, let's do that, right? They're so passionate, they're so motivated. Then why is it that majority of people fail when it comes to entrepreneurship? Like them going for their ventures, them going towards those business ventures they have. Why do majority of people fail?
The thing that makes people fail is what's inside. It's how the mindset is programmed. It's the programming of the mindset. So failing doesn't start outside. What we see outside, that thing we call failure, or he is failed. He didn't fail on the ground, on the outside, but he failed from the inside. Because you would have failed to plan, you would have failed to execute. So all those things start from the inside. So you have to make up the inside first. That is the mindset. Because there is a certain state that your mindset has to be in for you to succeed in whatever you are pursuing. If you fail to put your mind in that state, success will become a dream and it will die a dream. It will never come true. It will never come true. Because as much as we have ideas, because an idea, I can define it as an idea is a finished work that needs you to work hard to make it a reality. So an idea can be an idea, and it can die an idea if you don't put your effort into bringing it into reality. So the reason why we fail is because of the programming of the mindset. What programs our mindset? It's those lessons we take. Everything that comes in through our ears. When it gets into our ears, it goes straight into the mind. and it's kept there. When it's kept there, it starts programming the mind in a certain way, and it gives a state to the mind, and it defines the mind. So if you hear something negative and you allow it inside your mind, you can't say, I don't want to hear this. Whether you like to hear or not, there are some things that you are going to hear whether you like them or not, but it's your choice to take them inside or not to take them, but you will hear them. So if you hear them knowing very well that this is not a good thing, you can just reject it as there. It comes in through your ears, but it doesn't go to your brain, to your mind. So the problem is that we take wrong things into our mind, expecting the right thing at the end of the day, of which it's impossible. You can't expect a correct answer from a wrong formula.
Wrong formula, that is true.
And the answer you get from a wrong formula is not wrong. It's right, according to the formula that you have applied. But your expectation is what has come out after application of a certain formula. You understand? So you have to make sure that whatever you take in is the formula to whatever you are pursuing, and make sure it's going to help you in a positive way. Because as long as it is negative, there is the expected result is not going to be seen manifested. You understand? So people fail because of the failure to program their mindset. There's a way an entrepreneur has to think. There's a way an entrepreneur has to walk. There's a way an entrepreneur has to sit. There's a way an entrepreneur has to do his things. You understand? All those things. And you don't need to work. You don't need to do what we call hard work, whereby you will be sweating because you are working. That's not hard work. What hard work is the change of your own behavior. There are some things that are in you, Denzel, that are very difficult for you to change. But if you happen to change those things, that's hard work. That is what is going to reward you. You are not rewarded by what you do on the ground. You are rewarded from what you do inside. That will help you to do the right thing on the ground. You understand?
Okay, so just to add on to what you said, it gives back what Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, said. I was watching a clip of him talking, and he was like, 3 soldiers, right? It's like in war, you need to be aware of every single thing that has potential to come at you. Be aware of potential threats. We're on the ground right now, but that doesn't mean the only enemies are the ones you see. But you always need to be conscious of your surroundings, because anything can happen at any given time. You need to think ahead. You need to have a bulletproof mind. So with what you said, with your mind being programmed the right way, and understanding that no, if a certain formula is like this, it will give me a certain answer like this at the end. It won't be something that will drag you down or make you angry, but then you will then understand that, oh no, I did not plan properly. Same with the soldiers, Traore soldiers. Like, if we fail to plan to go to war and to defend our country, we're going to lose the war. So we need to be ready, and we need to be vigilant in understanding that everything we do has to be intentional. You cannot just do something and expect a certain result, but the formula is wrong, like what you just said right now.
That's very true. Because if you take a look at it, most people are saying, I'm doing a business, I tried to do a business, I tried to do this, you can even tell them that, no, the way you did it, do this, and they say, I did it, I worked hard, but I couldn't succeed. Sometimes, most people are working hard.
That is true.
But the thing is, they are working hard to fail, because they are working hard in what they don't know. You understand? They are working hard in the wrong direction.
That is true.
That's
And with working hard in the wrong direction, you often have this narrative that most people don't know. You think you're making progress, but you're just making movement. Because the difference between progress and movement.
Yeah.
You're moving, yes, but there's no progress. But to you, it looks like movement. It looks like progress, but it's just movement.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's been 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5, 10 years, you're still working the same job, same salary. Your salary just went up by 2,000, but your friend is now a millionaire. How? He was making progress and you were moving.
You were just moving. That's the thing.
Okay. Wow. I'd like to highlight that some of the things you just mentioned are very, very profound. Very, very profound. And as we've come to the end of this episode, I would just like to ask you, who are some of the entrepreneurs that you know or that you've worked with, that you rate and that you'd want most people to look up to and to follow?
Okay. If I am to give an example of the entrepreneurs that I have come across and worked with, let's say I have someone like Maxwell Chikumbutsu. He's a Zimbabwean guy. This guy is a school dropout. You understand? He's a school dropout, but he's an entrepreneur. And they used to call him engineer, Maxwell Chikumbutsu. He doesn't have any certificate in engineering. No, but he is an engineer. They call him Engineer Maxwell Chikumbutsu. He was taken by the United States of America, and he stayed in the United States of America. If you are to look at it, there's a reason why United States of America took him. He didn't call the United States of America to come and take him. No, they came and they took him.
Yeah.
But as we are talking, as we are discussing now, and if we look out there, everyone out there says can say I want to go to United States for the greener pastures. But can you imagine United States being the greener pastures? Someone is dreaming to be in. They saw greener pastures in someone who is in a very poor land. They saw a greener pasture there. They had to pursue, and they took it there. Meaning to say, they are not greener pastures. The greener pasture is not what we see. The greener pasture is what is in the inside of someone. That's what makes you greener. I might be in the greener pastures, in a good country, in a good environment, in a good everything. But while I'm there, I can even see that there's a champion out there.
Yeah.
I have to take that champion,
Bring him
bring him here. But it doesn't mean to say that champion is coming to greener pastures. But me, in the greener pastures, have seen greener pastures in that champion. That's the reason why I'm taking him to join me, because I can't beat him. So if I can't beat him, I better join him. You understand? There are people like I can give you an example of your Levy tires. You know it. Your Levy tires, the best in town. Munyaradzi Chipoi. He's an entrepreneur and he's doing very well. Those are some of the entrepreneurs. I can give you an example of the most common, Elon Musk. But I'm very much inspired and challenged by these two guys from Zimbabwe. I'm very much challenged by these two guys from Zimbabwe. They are real entrepreneurs.
Coming from nothing to
Coming
something.
from nothing to something.
That is true.
And a lot of people are buying stuff from them, especially your Levy. People are buying tires from them. You understand?
Yeah.
That's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
That's entrepreneurship.
Because given Elon Musk and them, because won't take anything away from him that he has done, but if you look at his background, who his parents were, it would have been easy for someone like that to have an idea, to follow through with it, with the backing he had. It would have been very easy for you to make it, but coming from a background where you have nothing, you were nobody, no schooling, no nothing, to
Just
then
have an
build
idea.
something, just have an idea and you execute and it follows through. That is a true entrepreneur.
That is exception.
Yeah, that is exception. That is the true spirit of entrepreneurship. We're not taking anything away from people who have parents who had money and they gave them money, or who had, help here and there.
No.
But we're just saying true entrepreneurship is coming from the pit, from the gutter with nothing. To
Then you
making
rise
it.
up, you make it to the top. Where people with everything are. It's not about what you are, what your family has. It's about what you have. And are you ready to take the risk? Are you ready to face the challenges? Are you ready to learn being creative? Are you ready to learn being innovative? All those things. You learn them from nothing. At least if you have a background that has money, you can say maybe they took you somewhere, a mentoring or whatever, taught you or nurtured. But if someone came from a family where there was no one who is known for whatever they are doing today, it's a great achievement. Those are people we call entrepreneurs, real entrepreneurs. That's the same with that guy I was talking about, Maxwell Chikumbuti. Yeah.
That's powerful. Powerful.
Yes.
And
That's entrepreneurship.
To add light onto Maxwell Chukwu's, I read about him and said the visions he got about engineering and the developments he developed came from God when he was praying in a mountain. And if you're to tell that to people, some people would think that's some fairy
made-up
tale,
story,
it's a
yeah.
made-up story, but it's someone's reality.
Yeah, he dropped out from school. There's a reason why he dropped out from school. He dropped out from school because he saw that it's not helping him anyway. There is a better thing to pursue than going to school.
Yeah.
There is money to make than paying school fees. That's what he saw. So to some extent, I'm not trying to diss our syllabus. I'm not trying to diss our education system, but if I'm looking at it from that point of view, it's a depleted system. It's a depleted system that we are using. Yeah, because if someone dropped out from that system and made it in life, and someone pursued that same system until the very end, and still is looking for a job, it means the system is depleted. How can we say it's a good system, or it's a system that is going to give us life when it's failing to make us employers? Because you come out of university after graduating, the person who is going to employ you, your employer, is a school dropout. It's very unfair. Can you imagine? You have a degree, you are a master's.
I have a PhD.
But I will employ you to work for me, who's not even educated. You work for me after graduating from the university. Imagine how much money have you paid as school fees. We can talk of hundreds of thousands. Then imagine you paid those hundreds of thousands within a period of 4 to 6 years. You spend 100,000 just to get paid $150 per month. If you had the mindset of an entrepreneur, you would have converted that money into an enterprise. Today we will be talking about something else. Because there are some people who are starting their enterprises with nothing, just an idea, and the courage. And you know, when you're an entrepreneur, whatever criticism, castigation, it makes sense. Every opposition start making sense. If you know that you're an entrepreneur, you don't have to believe, you have to know. Because there's a difference between believing and knowing. You can never believe something that you know. If you know, you know. You won't believe, you know. That's it about entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is sweet. Entrepreneurship is easy. Entrepreneurship is it's nice.
It's the way to go.
It's the way to go.
Truly is the way to go.
Because you will be owning everything. You are the owner. You are the owner of the idea you are pursuing. You are the owner of the money you are making. You are the owner of the clients you are getting. You are the owner of the credits you are getting. Everything belongs to you. That's the good part about being an entrepreneur.
Tell about you.
How many people are talking about those successful entrepreneurs? Everyone is talking about them. But who is doing what they are doing? No one. And if you start entrepreneurship today, Denzel, people say, Denzel consulted the Sangoma, he has goblins, what. You understand? But that same person who is saying that is doing whatever he's doing in pursuit of money. That same man is saying you consulted the Sangoma for you to get that money. That person is saying you have money and he is looking for that money. Then you ask yourself, if this guy has so much information, why is he poor? Because if you know how I got rich, just follow my steps and join me. Yeah, don't talk too much, join me up. Because if you can't join me up, it means you are done. Don't talk too much. Entrepreneurship doesn't like people who talk too much because it speaks for itself. It doesn't want you to talk, it needs you to practice. Put everything into practice. And if you don't practice entrepreneurship, you won't go anywhere. Because it's not about theories, it's about practice. It's not about the economy, it's about you. Entrepreneurship. It starts with you, it ends with you. It doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from you.
Powerful. So as we end off now, I'd just like to say thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I appreciate it.
We're really enjoying having you come to the channel more and more. Hopefully we can have you as a co-host or something in the near future.
No problem.
But as for now, we just love it and appreciate it. And if you have anything you want to say to the people before we leave.
Just want to say, until the next episode, stay motivated, stay inspired, stay upset.
Sharp guys, thank you guys for staying tuned and watching Emancipation with Taurai.